Hi everyone, Sally Ensor Smith, and it's Get Real with Sal. And wow, what a crazy week it's been. I mean, just once again, just loads of things happening. SASSA officials are getting investigated for stealing pensions and government grants. I mean, can we steal any more from our old people? We're seeing once again farm murders. We're seeing once again random people just getting attacked for no reason. Innocent 16-year-old gets shot, allegedly by the police. We're obviously getting warned that, sex trafficking and child kidnapping is on the increase. And then we get seeing like some countries overseas are wanting to make, certain things acceptable, which in no form or shape is it acceptable. And my question today is, how far as a society do we want to go off the track, which we know is right versus wrong? And let's talk about right versus wrong here in South Africa. So I'm hoping that my message is going to go to every single person that's over the age of 18, because if you're over the age of 18, you have a say in what happens to your future. And, I've just recently finished watching a documentary on TV, which was Hitler's Evil Inner Circle. And obviously the atrocities that happened in the concentration camps and, the world wars, and how he took over, as a leader. And the reality is this, is that history is here for you and I to hear about, so that we can never make the same mistakes again and not let those same mistakes happen again. And I think that apartheid, our beloved Madiba, and many people who fought with him, went through everything that they went through to ensure that that never happens again here in South Africa. We've seen in our neighbor in Zimbabwe, we've seen an individual take over and rule for 35 plus years and completely rape his country, steal everything from his people. Roads with massive potholes, no farmers, no food, no economy, no work, inflation which is just totally out of control. And what we should be doing is we should be learning from this history and saying it will never happen again. And this is where we are. We are on that tipping point, South Africa, where we need to turn around as a society and say we cannot allow ever again in South Africa the past happen in the future. So if you're going to be voting, you need to understand that your vote is crucial for you to vote for our future. Because if you vote wrong, you're possibly going to have potholes. You're possibly going to have no farmers, because if you keep killing the farmers, there's going to be no food. Other countries are asking our farmers to move. And why should they stay here if they're getting attacked randomly the way they are? And why should we put up with this lawlessness and this fraud and corruption which is going on at such a prolific rate? And, it's laughable when you listen to some of the conversations going on, but it's actually not a joke. It's beyond a joke. Over the weekend, the ANC had a meeting, and our president, Cyril Ramaphosa, says that he doesn't want to make decisions which are going to split the ANC. He says he doesn't care if he appears weak. That is a weak response from a leader, because as a leader, you're going to make a decision. This part is right and this part is wrong. And I need to stand on the part which is right. And the people at the bottom are looking at the people at the top and saying, you all doing fraud and corruption, you all stealing, you all tenderpreneurs and getting huge amounts of monies from government that you shouldn't be getting. So why can't we do it? So you're leading an example which is not acceptable. We've got tenderpreneurs which are just flaunting grossly, delivery of Porsches, 4, 5, 6 Porsches to their home because he got paid out a tenderpreneur. Okay, BEE. BEE is working for some people, but it's not working for South Africa. I'm a huge supporter of support small business, support local business. And these guys just are looking at this and saying, we don't stand a chance. The small guys should also be given a chance to put in for the tenders and be given it granted on their workmanship, not on who you know. So, we can't have a conversation going on and saying, oh, that roadblocks and bribery are all part of our plan from the police force. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Can we even sit back and laugh at that? It's not even laughable anymore. So South Africa, it's time to step up. You know, we've got great movements going on. We had the bike rallies occur all over the country on the weekend in protest of Stop Farm Murders. And then the police force, you know, got a little brutal and a little out of hand. And, you know, the policemen, let's be honest, who are they taking direction from? I'm looking at everything across the board and saying it's up to you and I. And South Africa, even if you're living in a rural area, okay, I'm going to tell you now, your decision making now is forever going to lay on your conscience. If you want to make a decision, and you might make the wrong decision, which is going to lead to no roads in South Africa, to no municipality services, no water, no electricity, no food, then that is on you for your future generation. I feel sorry for some of the government workers which are sitting in buildings which are so depressing, and you know they're understaffed. I'm looking at the hospitals in the Eastern Cape. The nurses and the doctors shouldn't even be there because the hospital is so dirty, let alone having patients there. We don't have enough doctors and nurses, and that's where we should be focused. We don't have enough education schools because people are burning them down. The teachers aren't able to teach. And then you go into Home Affairs and they're understaffed, overworked. And then you and I go in there and we put pressure on them because we're irritated and hot and frustrated. And I look around and I think, how on earth can they even work in these conditions? And yet they sit back and they will re-vote again for the same government, which is treating them in that situation year after year after year. Come on, guys, wake up. It's time for us to change the leadership. BEE is not working. The current leadership is not working. Your working environment is not working. Corruption and theft is not working. It's no longer acceptable. The murders and everything that's going on, we cannot accept it any longer. Please put your voice behind your thoughts and make a decision to change and not just sit at dinner and moan about it. I'm pleading with every single South African, step up, put your vote, make a change, because our future generations are relying on you and I to get this done. Let's stop listening to these idiots, and I'm calling them idiots, making stupid accusations and stupid comments, and we're hearing them on the news media. And then people are getting put on charge for theft and fraud, and then next thing you see, they've got their job back with full pay. It's beyond ridiculous. I have no words this week. So South Africa, please, 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 let's do something about this. Let's make a change. And hopefully this next week we can see some good news coming in the social media. Don't believe everything that goes on social media. And I know for sure, my hope and my love for South Africa is so big that I will do what I need to do to put the correct decision making on my votes for you and your children. Take care.